everyone, it's Suffer and I'm back with another video. Today we're gonna do something different from what we usually do. I'm gonna show you how you can make a really cool poster. It could be a band poster or a movie poster or even a poster for a book that you really like. And it's super simple so everyone can do it. So I was sitting at work while waiting for files to transfer and I tried to write things where you use the same space to write different words with different amounts of letters in them. So here's some of those that you're seeing right now, some of the things I did. And then I started writing out names of Paramore members because I just needed something to write and I was listening to Paramore. And then I was like, hey, maybe I should try writing out the names of the albums, Paramore albums. So I did that and then I wrote it in 2 columns instead. And I was thinking this looks really cool. It could be a t-shirt design or a poster. So we're gonna do a poster today. So when doing this you just start off trying to sketch it out. And I did a bunch of tries for this. Some tips for making this more interesting is to vary the height and the thickness of the letters and how close they are together. Like you can see with the Paramore, that's a lot of letters, so they're very skinny. But for short words like new, I like to make it smaller and the letters are drawn out more. So there's this contrast between the tall words with a lot of letters and the small words with not so many letters. But also sometimes you just gotta break the pattern, like with the word eyes. It's a very short word, but I made the letters very tall, just to give more variation to the pattern. So I'm gonna use the last sketch that I just showed you as a reference for the actual poster. I decided to do it in black and red because those used to be very signature Paramore colors. And you can do this in whatever colors you want to. You can do it in vibrant colors or pastel colors. I think it would look really cool no matter which colors you use. And now I'm just measuring the sketch, making sure that it's the same for this one, scaling it up, because to me it was very important that the distance of the different letters were the same and that the columns would be filled up all the way with the letters, if that makes any sense. Because to me the cool thing about this is that it looks very boxy and the letters fill out the entire space. So yeah, I'm just taking my time to sketch out all of the letters and I'm moving some lines around the guidelines that I did to make sure that the proportions of one word to another word is the same as in my sketch. And yes, I am sitting on the floor because I don't have a table with space enough to draw on such a big piece of paper. And I would not recommend sitting on the floor because it's very hard to sit on the floor and draw on a piece of paper that's also on the floor. You'll get cramps in your back and in your neck and in your hands, and it's not a good idea. So now I'm testing out the markers to see if they work on the paper and what kind of reaction the paper has to this. And I also did an erase test where I drew pencil lines and then drew marker lines on top of it and tried to erase it, which helped me finding out that you cannot erase pencil lines under the markers. So I just took my kneadable eraser and erased it so much that I could still see it, but that it wasn't really there before drawing on the letters. And first here I'm just going over the letters to put down a line so I can see what goes where, and then I'll erase all of the pencil and go over the letters again to make them more neat and to make them a bit thicker. So yeah, now I'm erasing all of the pencil lines, and for something like this I find it's very important to make sure that you've erased all of the lines. I mean, I guess it's important for everything. And then I just went back over with the marker, and I don't really know if I like it better with the very skinny letters or with these thicker letters. In the beginning I felt kind of sad that I made the All We Know Is Falling so thick. But now when I'm looking at it on the wall, it looks kind of good. I think it's just because I'm so close up to the thing. You really have to step away and to look at it from a distance to see what it looks like. Because you've been sitting with your face all up in the thing, it's hard to judge if something's a good decision or a bad decision. And then in the end I went in with a fine liner to make all of the letters more pointy because the big alcohol markers just made round ends of the letters, if that makes sense. So I just went in and lined every letter with the fine liners. And perhaps the most important precaution to take when doing this project is to make sure that your markers don't bleed through. If you're doing this on the floor or on your table that you don't want to have marker on, make sure to put paper or something underneath. I put a bunch of papers underneath this to not have the markers bleed through to the floor, and that was a really good idea because they bled through to the other side of the paper. And this lining of all of the letters really is precision work, so be sure to take breaks and everything to not hurt your wrist, because I was starting to hurt my wrist a lot when doing this, so I had to kind of sit back and take breaks. But now it's finished, and I just gotta hang it on the wall right there with all of my check please prints and posters. It looks pretty good, yeah. I like it. It's a really fun idea to just spice up your room a bit and show your love for Paramore or whatever. If you make something like this, please do share with me. I would love to see what you come up with. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.